What is up, guys and gals? JoeDaz95 here, and today we're reviewing a Transformers Prime Robots in the Sky Deluxe Class RC. Now, this version of the Robots in the Sky RC version is a retool from the first edition one. Which, if you remember, I did my review of the first edition, the RC. I did review it from yesterday, so I'm reviewing this version's. Now, I forgot to mention from my previous videos, I didn't show the package. Plus that has a little bio her, which I'm not gonna show it, so I decided to just throw it away accidentally. So yeah. So here's RC. He's came out made by Hasbro. I think it's from 2012. That was came out. Now this was the motorcycle one. Looks pretty similar to what we saw the first edition one. Now let's look at her subsidiary. Gonna take those weapons off. She comes with two subsidiaries. One's her guns. This looks pretty strange. There's a big old gun rifle. Well, in the show, he's blasters or tiny blaster on his hand. His other subsidiary is the blade. Looks pretty similar to the first edition ones. And speaking of the first edition ones, if you have the first edition of the first edition one, you can try and take this. The fit. Does he fit in this one? Let's see how the fit goes. Let's see. Let's see how the fit goes. Nope, that didn't work. Let's see how it goes to. Yeah, it works. They actually fit. That was the only option choice where we went. Now, her transformation RC is pretty easy, which unlike the first edition compared to first edition. Firstly, let's unpeg his wings. There's her arms. Unpeg his arms. And next we're gonna do, let's do the bandit his leg. But unpeg his foot. Put his little ankles. And hold it in. There's the head. So rotate his arms. Okay, snap the piece. And then you have RC in his robot mode. She looks much better than compared to the first edition. Now for size comparison, here's compares to the first edition. They look pretty similar, identical, looks the same, except the heads, which I'll show you later. This one, the chest looks pretty accurate. It's all black instead of gray. Also, it's missing the Autobots logo on the chest. They decided to just remove his black blue is more accurate. So in the case. Now let's take a look at her head sculpt. She looks pretty perfect likeness in the show. He has a little added paint on the head. Change the blues. Some of the details of paint. So on the back he has a little Johnson details of feet. Now for surgery, as said earlier, you plug it. There's a little holes. You put it in here, and this one the guns hold to fit his hands. It looks like hold his big gun. That looks kind of stupid. And speaking interesting, but as I said before, first edition, you have first edition. You plug into his with the corner autobahns. He shows the blade of township. This one done. So we have they hold the two blades. This is why they should have done that. Now, sadly, he does not come with the hand cannons. I do wish he has a removable hands. That'd be a cool idea. Now, for articulation for her, articulation for arcee, which unlike the first edition, he has heads of ball joint, goes left, goes up and down 360 degrees. Its arms goes up and down, goes in and out. Then the elbow, and rotate. And oops. And it does have ball joint wrists. I'm gonna put it back on. Unfortunately, there's no waist articulation. Its leg is forwards and back, goes in and out. Thigh swivel, then to the knee. And the feet can't move because hindered by transformation. So that's pretty much it, articulations. Now, the final size comparison. I'll try to put it surgery back on. Now, the final size comparison. Let's have a final size comparison. Here is next to Optimus Prime. I was trying to take her away. She's very accurate, looks taller. As like I said before, she's a sort of a trooper warriors Autobots. Here's next to Bumblebee. He looks pretty smaller size. And here is next to Bulkhead. My only big problem because Bulkhead is too big. Yep. I'm going to try him here. Yeah, he's a pretty perfect scale size, isn't like we've seen in the shows. Just poison. Waves and that. So anyway, bottom line, this deluxe class arcee, the RIT one from 2012, not 2010. She looks pretty good size, looks better compared to first editions. And like I said, compared to the first edition, she looks pretty close and has a tons of articulation. The only problem is the paint details all mess it up. So anyway, there was my review of Transformers Robots in the Sky, or not Robots in the Sky, Transformers Prime's Robots in the Skies of Deluxe Class RC. I hope you enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos for this Transformer reviews. And I hope you see you in the next video. Bye.